Well, the Nigerian Bar Association wants the federal government to ensure compliance by NNPC Limited in the presidential directive to supply crude oil to Dangote Refinery. NBA President Mr. Maikyau, who led the executive members of the association on a visit to the refinery, spoke in Lagos. Effiong was there.
President of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, welcomed NBA President Mr. Maikyau and his members to the $20 billion refinery complex in Lagos. The visitors were taken first to the fertilizer plant inside the refinery, reputed to be the largest in Africa. Next, NBA members moved to the refinery, branching at the laboratory where mercury, sulfur, water, aromatics, and gases are separated. The group came into the control room of the refinery where diligent monitoring activities take place.
We are primarily concerned about how that we can use the privilege of our expertise as lawyers and the privilege of the calling that we have as lawyers to provide direction to the people of the country and also to advance the cause of the nation. And because we have seen that this project is meant to serve the people, to call government's attention to this very audacious project, very illustrious project, something that is laudable.
The refinery is such a project that is going to take Nigeria out of the endemic perennial situation of importation of fuel, which comes with its own problems. I believe that when this refinery comes to full force, all this will be a thing of the past. And moreover, from what we have seen and heard, it has capacity to also export some of the products. And that will bring foreign exchange earning into the country.
Managers at the refinery revealed a major challenge.
We are still hearing that the government is trying to allocate to us crude, and we are still importing most of our requirements because we are not able to get adequate crude locally. We are importing the crude, and since many of the interests are not keen on buying our products, we are exporting our products. So we are importing the crude and exporting the product. I hope things will change very soon.
The Dangote Petroleum Refinery is believed to have the capacity to refine 650,000 barrels of crude per day. Effiong, TVC News, Lagos.
Well, the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria has expressed this deep concern over the increasingly stringent regulatory environment in the country, highlighting the heavy financial burdens these regulations impose on manufacturers. The association is advocating for significant improvements in infrastructure within industrial areas, emphasizing the need to bolster domestic industries, enhance their competitiveness, and ensure that the manufacturing sector thrives.
There is no doubt that the manufacturing sector suffers some setbacks in the recent times, caused by challenges such as high cost of diesel and other petroleum products, acute shortage and high cost of forex, insecurity across the country, high cost of raw materials, high regulatory compliance costs, and of course, the recent hike in electricity tariff. We shall continue to strive towards ensuring that government provides the needed enabling environment for our huge investment. We are constantly engaging heads of government ministries, departments, and agencies on policies that have the potentials to impact positively on the rail sector performance.
The manufacturing contribution to GDP has remained below 12%. And the sector is beset with a number of challenges: multiplicity of taxes and levy, inadequacy of electricity supply, forex, quite a number. So we are trying to see how we can start to peel away those challenges so that we can create an environment that is conducive for business.
We are looking at, the issue of productivity in the manufacturing sector. And also how this productivity is impacted by some of the issues like energy issues, logistics, generally the cost of doing business.
Maritime security experts, government officials and industry leaders gathered in Lagos for a critical summit aimed at addressing the escalating threats of drug smuggling and human trafficking in the maritime sector. TVC News senior business correspondent Ifunaya Eze reports.
Maritime Security Providers Association of Nigeria, in collaboration with the alumni of the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, URON, organized the crucial summit. The focus was on the alarming increase in illicit activities at sea, particularly the smuggling of drugs and human trafficking.
It is of great concern that drug traffickers could potentially collaborate with stowaways network. This partnership could lead to a coordinated effort to use stowaways as couriers, moving drugs from West Africa to Europe. Both MASPAN and Amano expresses strong support for the fight against all forms of trafficking and smuggling.
Whatever threatens the security of maritime transportation will eventually be calculated in terms of the cost of maritime transportation. And that is going to be reflected in the cost of items that are carried by sea.
Presentations also shed light on the severe impact these crimes have on ship owners and seafarers, many of whom find themselves unknowingly involved in these dangerous activities.
But where the seafarers have to suffer, where the innocent seafarers have to suffer, it is the world has not focused their attention on this. And that is why this gathering, especially in Nigeria, is very, very important.
If there is compelling evidence that a certain crew member is involved, do let us know. Or do let the ship owner know. Ship owners will cooperate and get that crew member off the ship. They will give them to the authorities to arrest, to do whatever they want to do with it. But the rest of the crew, the ship, should not be penalized.
The Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy reaffirmed its commitment to enhancing maritime security, stressing the vital need to protect Nigerian waters from criminal exploitation.
It is time to align our interests and resources towards a common goal, that common goal here is to ensure safe and secure maritime domain for all Nigerian seafarers and vessels.
As the summit concluded, there was a strong consensus on the need for immediate and decisive action to safeguard ships and seafarers from the growing threats. Ifunanya Eze, TVC News, Lagos.
Finally, the stock market relapsed into negative transactions following losses by companies and investors. The market index, which closed at 0.12% down, it was a Tana Oil that lost the highest value, calculated above 2%. Others that followed include Boa Foods, First Bank Holdings, Charms, Computer Warehouse. Some middle-level stocks were able to make marginal gains in some trade corridors. That's business. Next is football tonight. Thank you for watching.